Glenn was ashamed of his mother. The boy was 17 and she was already 60. The teenager considered his mother was old, especially since his classmates and friends had young, easygoing parents. Glenn could even remember how at the kindergarten the children used to say that his grandmother had come for him, but then they had got used to the fact that he had such a mother. In childhood, resentments and frustrations are forgotten rather quickly, but in adolescence young people become sensitive, and under the influence of hormones, it's like their minds turn off, and Glenn began to have frequent conflicts with his mother. The woman was not authoritative and rarely forbade her son anything. However, the boy became insolent. He became angry at her for any reason, constantly reproaching the woman for giving birth to him at such an age and without a husband. It seemed to him that only his friends could understand and support him, and his mother, on the contrary, made his life unbearable. That Saturday night, Glenn had another quarrel with his mother. He was cursing, shouting and stomping his feet, while the woman calmly pleaded with her son not to be irritated. Glenn was so angry that he told her that he was fed up with her and slammed the door and left the house. After spending the night at a friend's, he came home in the morning to get his things. His friends invited him to a party at their summer house. His mother was not at home, and Glenn thought she had gone shopping. He started to get ready for the party, but suddenly he heard the doorbell ring. A neighbour, Mr. Martinez, was standing on the doorstep. Before Glenn could even ask why he had come, the man grabbed him by the chest, dragged him into the kitchen, and forcibly sat him down on a stool. In a threatening tone, Mr. Martinez called the boy an ungrateful puppy and added that his behaviour had caused his mother's heart problem and that she was in the hospital in a serious condition. Then the man told Glenn the whole truth. It turned out that his mother had adopted him. One day she drove to a construction store, but she didn't know the way very well and turned down the wrong street. As she looked around for a passerby to ask for directions, she noticed Glenn, who was no more than 2 years old at the time. The little boy was sitting there, dirty and in rags, crying bitterly. The woman called the police. The child's parents were never found, so she decided to adopt Glenn. But the child welfare agencies initially refused to give the baby to a single woman. With great difficulty, she managed to adopt the child. Mr. Martinez had been trying to talk her out of it for a long time, saying that she did not need to take on such a big responsibility. But Glenn's mother did not listen to him. Finishing his story, the man added that Glenn should be ashamed of himself for driving such a wonderful woman to a heart attack. When Mr. Martinez left, Glenn cried. The boy felt like a wretch when he realized how much he had hurt his mother. She had devoted her whole life to her beloved, albeit non-native child. She rescued him when someone had thrown him out onto the street. Fortunately, everything could still be fixed. Glenn rushed to the hospital. The mother was surprised when she saw him. She pressed her son's head to her chest and ruffled his unruly hair just as she used to do when he was a child. And Glenn was very ashamed of all the times he had been so ungrateful and rude. After all, it did not matter at all how old his mother was. The main thing was that she was alive and in health.